Welcome everybody to Philly Impact Podcast. I'm Lamb and I'll be doing the Packers breakdown of their schedule that was just released last night. My friend Ethan, who's my partner on the channel, made a Eagles breakdown, so that will be down in the description. So let's just get straight into this because I know a lot of people are a bit angsty about what they ended up with. So the Packers in week 1, they start out with the Vikings. They are away at the Vikings. I think this game is going to be a win for the Packers. Obviously, the Vikings are toughest division rivals right now, and I think that it will come down to our defense and how many turnovers we can get on Kirk Cousins, and I think we'll be able to get a couple. I think this will be a nice, strong start to our season against a good playoff team. So, second, we have the Lions in week 2. We're at home, our first home game. I think that's going to be a win as well. The Lions are a team that they have talent, but I feel like their coaching staff is kind of their weak side right now. I think that they could string together a couple of wins, but at being away from home, I think this is a great game for the Packers to win. So I'll give this one to the Packers. And now we have our first primetime game against the Saints. We are away at the Saints at the Superdome. I think this is going to be a loss for the Packers. Um, this is going to be such a great matchup. I think everyone's going to be watching this game. Aaron Rodgers versus Drew Brees, primetime. I think that we're going to lose this game because I think the Saints are a more complete team, especially on defense. And I think this is just a bad matchup for us. But anyways, it's going to be a great game to watch. And then the next week, we have the Falcons, also another primetime game. I think this is going to be a win for us. I think the Falcons are just in disarray right now. I don't think they got what they needed in the draft with A.J. Terrell. I think there were better cornerbacks on the board. And I think that their secondary has a lot of problems that our passing offense can exploit. And I think that they just don't have enough difference makers on defense to win this game. So I think that's going to be a dub for us. And then week 5, we have a bye. So that's going to be interesting because I hate early byes because you usually need them near the end of your schedule when you have a million injuries. Anyways, it actually works out for us a bit because now we have the Bucks the next week. We're at the Bucks. Tom Brady versus Aaron Rodgers again. I didn't think we'd see this matchup again, but here we are. I think this is going to be a win. I'm not as hyped up on the Bucks as everyone else is right now. I think that they will be a good team and a playoff team, but I feel like with the OTAs and mini camps probably being shorter or maybe not existing at all, this is not going to be a good situation for them. I think they're going to get more on a roll towards the end of the season, but for week 6, I think we can get this win out on the Bucks. And so week 7, we have the Texans. We're at the Texans. This is a dub for me. Their secondary is just not good at all. Deshaun Watson will have to make a lot of big plays this season. They do have a couple of weapons, Kenny Stills, Will Fuller, and Brandon Cooks. They're all really nice speed guys. But I think that their running game is not going to be up to par, and their defense especially is not ready for the Packers offense. So I think this is going to be a win. Week 8, we have the Vikings at home. I think we're going to sweep the Vikings this season. That might not be popular. I know Vikings fans do not like that. But I think that we just are a good matchup against the Vikings. I don't think they have a number 1 corner right now. They drafted Jalen Johnson, and he could be a very good draft pick for them. But I think Devontae Adams will take advantage of that. And we might get another wide receiver in this free agency, but if we don't, then we'd be looking for other receivers to step up, like Allen Lazard, Marquez Valdes-Scantling, EQ, or also Devin Funchess. Sorry, I forgot about him. But I think that's going to be a win for them, especially at home. And then we come back on a shortened week for Thursday Night Football at the 49ers. I really don't like the 49ers. I don't think any Packers fan does. feel like they exposed us on two different occasions last season, and I think that's what's going to happen again. I think it's going to be closer this time, not as a blowout as it was last season, but I think it's going to be a bad situation on a short week. The 49ers have everything that is our weakness. They have a good running game, and they have a nice pass rush, and right now our offensive line is looking questionable, especially at right tackle. So I think that's going to be a loss for us. Now, the Jags, we have them at home. I think that's going to be a win. I think the Jags are the team that's most likely to get the number one pick in the draft next year because they just don't have enough weapons to really compete in this game. And then next week we're at the Colts. I think this is going to be a win as well. I think the Colts are a decent team, but I'm not sure if Phillip Rivers can really take them over being a decent team to being a good to contending for the playoffs. So I think this is going to be a win for us as well. Then we have a game against the Bears on prime time. I think this is going to be a win for us, especially at home. I think the Bears defense is definitely going to threaten to win this game for the Bears, but I think their offense is going to weigh them down. Even it doesn't really matter if their quarterback is Mitch Trubisky or Nick Foles. I think that their quarterback play is not going to be good enough to get them this game. Next, we have the Eagles at home. This is a December game. Aaron Rodgers does not lose in December, so I have nothing else to say about that, especially at home. And then we have we're at the Lions for week 14. I think this is going to be a win as well. I feel like at this point in the Lions season, they will be out of contention for the playoffs. So I think that this game will kind of, if we get a good lead in the first half, I think this will slip out of the Lions' hands and we'll be able to take the dub here. Then we have the Panthers at week 15. The Panthers are a rebuilding team, so I think that's going to be a win for us. Then week 16, primetime football, we have the Titans. I think this is going to be a loss right here. The Titans have a really good run game. Their defense is getting better. They drafted Yetur Gross-Matos in the draft. I think that's a great pick for them because they needed help on their pass rush. So I think this will be a tough game for the Packers, and I think we're going to just lose this game. And then we're at the Bears for the last game of the season. I think we're going to be resting our starters here because I think we'll have locked in that second seed. So I think that we're just going to rest our guys. We could we could win this game and go 13-3, but I think that the Saints will have already locked that for number one seed up. So we'll just settle for the second seed, and that leaves us going 12-4. One more loss than last season. I think this is going to be a good season for the Packers. I feel like if our wide receivers do step up, the wide receivers behind Davante Adams, and Christian Kirksey can step up as a good inside linebacker, this could be a great season for us, and we might make a Super Bowl run. But anyways, comment down below what you think the Packers are gonna go this season. What do you think their record's gonna be? And comment down below your favorite team and what you think their record's gonna be. Until then, thank you for watching Philly Impact Podcast. I'll have Ethan's video in the description, as I said. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe for more sports content. See ya.